For most people, getting to the gym several times a week is a nuisance, a chore. For Craig Koonce, the gym is his passion, and nothing could stop him from getting there, even though his journey is more difficult than most.
Guys, come on, left. 1, 2.
Craig has had cerebral palsy from birth, but it hasn't stopped him from pursuing bodybuilding, weightlifting, and martial arts, nor has it dampened his ambitions.
December 6th is the Delaware Powerlifting Championships. It'll actually be my first powerlifting competition, so it's going to be an exciting time because I don't know what to expect. And as you've seen, I power curl from a wheelchair.
Assisting him in his quest is his good friend and trainer, Eddie Jensen. Eddie is an award-winning powerlifter who has a special understanding about Craig's disability.
We got similar stories of growing up. I was born with cerebral palsy too, but we have the love of and the passion of the weights. I grew up watching the bodybuilders and the strongmen, and so did he. We hooked up, and now for almost a year we've been training.
The bond that has formed between them in that time is strong and unique.
2, 1 more. 4.
I keep positive energy around me. I don't keep negative energy around me. I keep positive people around me so that when I do hit those points where I feel like I can't go anymore, they uplift me. Cerebral palsy is a defect in the brain that doesn't allow the muscles in the body to connect correctly. Like the transmission from the brain to the muscle, there's a disconnect somewhere in there.
Activities that most people take for granted are difficult tasks for Craig, and yet he takes on these hurdles day after day without complaint.
The physical part is your muscles tense up. You don't have, you have to go through therapy when you're real young to get the movement, to tie a shoe, to button a shirt, even to zip up a pair of pants. So it's actually hard for someone with cerebral palsy to do the normal things normal people take for granted for every day.
There you go. Boom. Good.
Born 2.5 months premature and weighing only 1 pound 13 ounces, Craig was given only a 30% chance of survival. He beat those odds, but within 8 months it was clear that something was wrong. Craig was diagnosed with cerebral palsy.
20 days out of the 30 days for the first 6 years we were at specialists, hospitals, therapy, he had educational, which he didn't need, but physical, speech, he didn't need that either. He's very bright. One thing that he didn't do right away was the walking. He didn't start walking until he was about 8. His little brother was born, and he wanted to make sure that he got up and walked so his little brother would not see him crawling. As he grew, he got more and more independent. And when you speak to Craig, I call him Craig, that's his middle name, he beats all the odds. Like, if you didn't see him walking with a walker, you would not know that he was handicapped. He writes poetry, he's awesome. He's never said, I wish I wasn't handicapped, or, you know, why me, or that kind of thing.
When my mom raised me, she never raised me to look at myself as being disabled, so you just kind of, you know, you roll with the punches.
And then on the back it says it's beyond physical, because a lot of my strength is mental strength, so I live by these words.
I honestly do believe that the impossible is possible and it's beyond physical. A lot of my stuff is mental strength. My mental helps out my physical tremendously, because even if I feel physically that I can't do it, if I tell myself mentally that I'm going to move it, weight, whatever, I'm going to move it. I train at 280 East Main Street, Elite Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. That's like my home away from home. We're actually a close family. Those guys, I mean, we punch each other in the face and kick each other and choke each other out, but at the end of it, it's like a family. We make sure each other doesn't get hurt because it's a sport at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Nobody's out to kill anybody.
On the day of the contest, Craig waits for his event while observing and cheering on his fellow competitors.
Pull it up. Drop it up.
Eddie is entered in 2 events, the deadlift and the bench press. He does well in both, taking home several new trophies for his growing collection. Then finally, it was Craig's turn. All eyes were on him as he made his way to the mat.
Easy way. Come on. Cover. Come on. Down. Oh, yeah, good.
This lift qualified Craig to go on to the national level.
And last but not least, best lifter in the power curl, Craig Koonce Jr.
For now, Craig is back in the gym preparing for nationals and doing a little personal training. That's right. In addition to everything else, Craig is also a certified personal trainer.
There you go, Chris.
But that's not all. He has one more thing up his sleeve.
I want to start a chain of holistic training centers for disabled athletes. Holistic training is alternatives to surgical procedures, like the deep tissue massages or the acupuncture or what have you. It deals with mind, body, and spirit. It's going to be focused on disabled athletes, but it's not going to be just for disabled athletes. It's going to be for everybody that wants to come in and wants to partake and try something different.
There doesn't seem to be anything Craig Koonce thinks is out of his grasp. Although he has a disability, Craig does not see himself as handicapped.
I honestly do believe that the impossible is possible and it's beyond physical.